would just like to know what your plan is just to confront John McCain with the lies that he's propagating. Thank you.
I believe it. Am I right? Randy answered the first one last time, so it is you, John.
Well, that's what I've done for the last 28 years. The way you do it is you follow the money. You watch what they say, you don't watch what they do. You keep your eye on the ball, and you walk forward with truth and justice in your heart, and your head held high, and you don't give up. That's what you do. That's how we're going to beat John McCain. We're going to take him apart, limb by limb, fingernail by fingernail, piece of hair, eyeball by eyeball. I'm not getting into this to play Kumbaya and sing a happy song. I'm getting into this to beat John McCain on November 2nd. And that's what you all need to remember. Is that who is going to beat John McCain? That's the question we're hearing here today. Who's going to beat him? Who knows him better? I know him inside out. Who's already delivered major blows to John McCain? I have. Who has a history of delivering major blows to political leaders in this state? None of these other guys do. I do. You know why? Because I work in the public interest. I'm aligned with no one. I seek the truth. I go after the fine, boring details buried in 10,000 pages of documents. It's not, you watch All the President's Men. It's all very exciting. The real story isn't going like this. And every once in a while you find a nugget. When you find a nugget, you follow it to the next nugget, and that takes you to the next nugget. Before long, you got these guys strung up. That's what I'll do.
Misinformation from John McCain.
I want to give you a different way of looking at this. Is that John wants to be the investigative reporter and go after him. I want to be the leader that Arizona now needs. Is that I believe that John McCain has a shelf life, like bad bologna. It's time for him to go. And I've seen it before where politicians, as you can see, we've taken them for so long, and we're not taking it anymore. And you can feel it in this community. You can feel it throughout the state. Because you let people make mistakes, you let them lead for a while, and then there gets that point. And that point is here. So what I truly believe is that I have seen Arizona work. I have seen Arizona Republicans and Democrats work together. I have seen us be able to, it's magical when you see it, and I have seen it. And on very, very important issues. We had a congressional delegation that worked together. We had a legislature that knew what they were supposed to do, the congressional delegation that knew what they were supposed to do. And we need the honor of Arizona back. Since I have seen it, I want it back. I want that honor back. And I want to lead us to that place.
Thank you, Kathy. How would you combat the misinformation from John McCain?
Many people in this room have been watching John McCain be ineffective for Arizona almost as long as I've been alive. So let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if in the past 20 years you've written a check, walked door to door, or made phone calls to help elect a Democrat running against John McCain for the United States Senate. Not a lot of hands. This election is not about John McCain, it's not about J.D. Hayward, it's about all of us. And whether we're willing to work hard to tell our neighbors and friends about the issues that are going on. That's why my candidacy is so exciting, and that's why I need your help. I asked that question in an editorial board with the Arizona Republican. Guess what? This is the first year in 20 years that they've endorsed a Democrat to run against John McCain, and I received that endorsement. I asked that question with the Arizona Education Association, and this is the first time in 20 years that they've endorsed a candidate to run against John McCain. I asked that question with the AFL-CIO. And this is the first time that they've endorsed a candidate running against John McCain. The same thing with Planned Parenthood. The same thing with ASPEN. The same thing with SEIU. And now I need your help too. I need you to go home tonight, visit my website, rodneyglasser.com, and email your friends and family to tell them that this year, for the first time in over 2 decades, we have a candidate that Arizonans are excited about to take on John McCain. Because we've known that he's not satisfactory. What we haven't had is someone that we all can get excited about, getting other people excited about. And that's why I need your help. Because if you work with me, which I didn't see that hand go up, we will. We will beat John McCain together, and we'll have a U.S. Senator who's working for Arizona's future.
Thank you. Randy Parraz, how would you combat the misinformation that we keep getting from McCain?
I actually saw a lot of hands go up. Folks have actually been fighting for it, so it's not about doing the same old thing. I think, John, due respect to John, I think, you haven't been successful. John McCain's still there. So we need a candidate of contrast. I wouldn't have all those endorsements. I think they're wrong because these endorsements are coming out of a traditional benchmark of how you measure policy. Who's got the most money? And so if this is all just about money, we might as well all go home and just surrender because democracy's dead. It's not about wealth. And so who's the right candidate for the right time in Arizona? These are not traditional times in Arizona. I was opposed because they wanted a candidate of contrast. They said, well, we want someone who was a community organizer, someone who was not a career politician, someone who was not a millionaire, someone who had education, someone who was a generation younger than John McCain, and someone who was preferably Latino and spoke Spanish. Because we believe that type of candidate would be the right time what's going on in Arizona. Someone who can connect and cross over from one community to the next. From Latinos to African Americans, Native Americans, and to whites, Anglo-Saxons, to bring a message that's positive. But a change, we can't be Republican tonight. We have to have a sharp contrast, a progressive vision. That's how we're going to change Arizona. And so with that, if you want a traditional type of candidate, you're going to have that choice. But if you want a candidate for change that's more reflective of what's taking place in Arizona, at a time when I'm in my houses and people are saying they're embarrassed to live here, at a time when my friends are coming to visit and saying, if you have your papers, at a time when our whole community is called reason to be suspicious, if you want a candidate for that time, I'm your person. And I want you to vote. So I believe in that type of contrast, this type of vision, in this particular time, we will win.